All right. Here we go again. Podcast Sir-Earl coming at you. I wanted to first of all, today is Monday. It's Monday evening, so I'm getting the podcast out late once again because there's just so many things going on. So it's Monday the 23rd, and we're getting it out. I like to try to get it out on Saturday. Next week, I believe we'll get it out on Saturday. We've just been swamped with a lot of things. Updating my website. Go check that out. It'll probably towards the end of the week. I just got it kind of putting it back together. I've had it for a while, but www.sirearlsworld.com. It'll be updated. It's still not updated. We haven't done anything with it in a couple of years. So towards the end of the week, I'll have it updated. But you can go check it out. It's a really nice site. So we're about to start getting more back into our websites, which we have 4. We're about to have 5 when I open up the new gym. We'll be adding another website for that gym specifically. So we have our social media. As you know, I have 11 platforms that I post on. We have the full website. So, social media is just not a problem for us. We've been really active on it. And we've been getting great feedback from it. I get a ton of downloads. I actually got a message, email from my podcast host, which is Podbean, saying we're one of the fastest growing podcasts that they have on their platform, which, they go all around the world. So I appreciated that. We get a lot of downloads. We get a lot of listeners. And I'm just glad that something that I have to say, people like to tune in and listen to. So that's great. I never thought that I would have something important enough to say that people would actually want to listen to it. But that's a godsend. So my podcast today is going to be titled Body, Mind, and Spirit. Okay? Reason being, okay, we are heading into the holidays. Today is Monday, Thursday. Will be Thanksgiving, and everybody will be sitting down, getting fat, which helps my business. And they'll be telling a lot of lies about what they're thankful for, whatever. It is my firm belief that thankfulness and gratitude should be spoken and shown every day. I don't need one day out the year to be thankful for the things that I'm thankful for. I don't need that day to give thanks to the Lord or whoever you believe in for those things. I believe it's something to be celebrated every day, 365 days a year, not one day. So in saying that, I get thanks every day for the things that I have. Businesses, great spouse, my son, to name a few. So the reason that this podcast is titled Body, Mind, and Spirit, because some people may disagree with me on this, which you have the right to. But I believe, first and foremost, the person that you should make the happiest is you. If you're not happy, you can't make other people happy. So body, mind, and spirit, which is spirit and spirituality, I believe life should have balance. And that balance, I don't mean that every part of your life should get the same equal amount every day of the year. It just will not happen like that. Some things get more attention than others. Like right now, my life is spent towards building this empire that I'm trying to build, so it leaves a little time for anything else. One day I'll have it built, and it won't take all my time, and I'll be able to dedicate that to something else. But the first is life is like a tripod. It's got to have balance. That's why they say it's 3 things: body, mind, and spirit. Okay, the first thing is body. You see a lot of fat, overweight, unhealthy people who claim they're happy. You're happy because that's all you know. If you get yourself to feeling better, if you get to working out in some form or another and eating better food and having energy and your back ain't hurting, your knees ain't hurting, your hips ain't hurting from carrying around all the extra weight, you'll know what feeling good feels like. Right now, you accept where you at. So The first thing is you have to take care of the temple in which you've been given. Not everybody has to try to be a size 2. Not everybody has to try to, be a bodybuilding competitor or a fitness competitor or whatever it may be. But just some daily exercises, if it's nothing but walking and eating better and things like that. People have more ailments, especially black people, high blood pressure and diabetes and heart and all this. And you can't tell me with all those ailments that's controllable by your weight and your eating, you're happy with that. You're lying to yourself. You can't lie to me. I've been doing this 30 years, so I already know. But you're lying to yourself. So, let's start working on our body. Let's get healthier. Let's eat healthier. Let's feel better. Let's have more energy, less aches, less pain, and that's the first first leg of the tripod is the body. The second leg of the tripod is the mind. And when I talk about the mind, for me, I learned just how important meditation is, just how important reading is, just how important setting daily goals and looking over your journal and keeping a journal with all your thoughts and what happens during the day and what time you eat meals and what time you wake up and what time you go to sleep. A journal is very important. It makes you accountable to you. A lot of people don't want to be accountable to themselves because they already know the damage that they do to themselves. So I try to meditate 3 times a day, 15 minutes at a time. And that does one great thing. I used to read a lot about it and I never believed it, but it relaxes your mind and it lets your mind be still. And through that, things are much, much clearer. You can make much, much better decisions and you just feel so much better. There's so much dreams, nightmares, headaches, different things that I used to have a lot of until I started meditating and allowed myself to look within my thoughts. I even listened to I listen to affirmations and things while I sleep. Because they say that the best tool in your body is the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind controls the mind. The subconscious mind is actually at its highest your first 15, 20 minutes of sleep. And that's why they always tell you, if you're talking to a person that's in a coma, they say keep talking to them, play music for them, because their subconscious mind can hear that. Even though their conscious mind is asleep and they are asleep, their subconscious mind, it never goes to sleep. The only time the subconscious mind stops working is when you're dead. So when I go to bed, I listen to subconscious music. I want to have those positive thoughts going through my subconscious mind, not just my mind, which is what your meditation does because you're fully awake. So I like to have those positive vibes being absorbed within my mindset, even when I'm falling to sleep, because it is the most important time. So I put on a set of headphones. I take my phone. I put up some subconscious music off YouTube, and I fall asleep. And it's some of the best sleep I ever had. It's curbed down on a lot of the violent nightmares that I would have, and waking up every hour and a half, 2 hours. I can sleep almost through the whole night, and it's all from my mind being relaxed. Have you ever noticed that when you go to sleep with the TV on, and the police is shooting at somebody, you'll have a dream later that you're being shot at or you're shooting at somebody because your subconscious mind has picked that up. And in this era today, we're killing our mind with all this garbage TV, all this reality shit and all this news and all this negativity. We're absorbing all that. And, we think that we're not, but you are. So I don't listen to the news. I try to keep my mind filled with, I listen to business stations. I watch a lot of CDs. I listen to a lot of subconscious music, positive vibe music, things that keep me in a state of positivity is what I try to get in all the time. And it makes a huge difference, and you should try it. The third leg of the tripod and the balance of life is spirit, which to me is short for spirituality. We mistake spirituality for a woman at the church with one of the big ass fruit hats on that's yelling and screaming, and she got the Holy Ghost and she falling out all over the goddamn place. That's the same woman. If you go to the liquor store at 8 o'clock, you'll see her there getting her something to drink. I believe spirituality, for me, is my ability to calm my mind, communicate with my higher source, which is Jesus Christ. Yours, you may call it something else, but whatever it is, our mind is always running 110 miles an hour. Slow your mind down. They say the best time to hear God always whisper, he never yells. If you're constantly running and your mind is racing 1,000,000 miles an hour, how can you hear anything? So during your times of meditation and during your times of sleep is when your mind is at its stillest, and you can make that spiritual connection, and you can start operating from a much higher source, because now your messaging is not the Kardashians, because that's the last thing you watched before you went to sleep, or Love New York or Wives of Atlanta. All that's bull. Put positive things in your mind, and it'll spit out positive messages, and it'll give you positive alternatives to your life, and you'll start to live a much better life because your decisions will be much more grounded. But so many people today, we're listening to negative music, we're watching negative TV, we're watching negative news, and that terrifies us. We're walking around, we're reacting to the things that we saw on the news earlier, whereas that's not life. That's not everything. Your life is what you make it. So if I'm trying to fill myself with positivity, I can't help but to have a positive life. You can't plant a cherry tree and get an orange tree. You get out what you put in. And if you're putting in positivity, you're going to get out positivity. That's just nature. That's just the law. It's just going to happen. Try planting an apple tree and see if you get an orange from it. It's not going to happen. So, so this Thanksgiving, I'd like for people to look at truly, what are you really, really thankful for? Are you really the one that are creating your own happiness? So therefore, the people that are around you are feeling your vibe of positivity, and they're making their life positive. I get asked all the time, what do you read? What do you do? Why are you always speaking so positive? And as everybody has seen from my podcast or my social media postings, I think, read, and act in a positive way at all times. It's not to say things don't happen and I don't get down, but you won't hear me talking negative. You won't hear me judging people. You won't see me doing any of that stuff, because I understand that all that are tricks of the devil. What I'm trying to do, we get one life. I'm trying to live it as best I can, body, mind, and spirit. So I try to keep my body together. I try to keep my mind sharp, reading, meditation, things like that. And I try to keep my spirit in order. And when I say spirit, I mean, try to live a good, clean, rich life. Try to lift people up, not pull them down. Try to help when you can. Talk to your higher source. Spend your life in that way. And just maybe, I know firsthand, I started about maybe 4 years ago doing all these things, and I can tell you firsthand that it makes a huge difference in your life. And, if I could just get one person to try it and see the change in their lives, I guarantee you more people around you will want to start to know what is it that you're doing. Start one thing at a time. I didn't start out meditating 3 times a day. I started out meditating once. I didn't start out reading 15 pages a day. I started out reading 2. Long as you start, that's the important thing, is to get started, be consistent, do it every day. And before long, you will see how it pays off. And you will start to live this life that you really, really like and you really, really appreciate it. And so you're not only thankful the one day of the week, the one day of the year, which is Thanksgiving, you're thankful every single day that you wake up. And life is much better that way. So until next week, I'm going to try to be on time on Saturday, try to post it for the weekend. Until next week, this is your man, Sir-Earl. I'm out of here, and I want y'all to think positive. Enjoy your holidays. The Bears are playing tonight. They'll probably lose, but I'm going to watch them anyway. And so until next week, this is your man, Sir-Earl, checking out. Peace.